Thank you for waking up with Happy Ass, where we come together to grow mind, body, and spirit so we can in turn go out and make the world a brighter and sweeter place to live for ourselves and for others. I was thinking about what to talk about today, and all of a sudden, for some reason, the last couple of days, well, actually yesterday especially, the book that I have that Joyce Buttermore gave me called What Do You Say When You Talk to Yourself, which is really heavy on my heart, super heavy on my heart. And I thought, I want to get that back out and read it. I actually don't even know where my copy is. It's around here somewhere. I'm going to find it now, especially when I tell you what I'm about to tell you. And I was thinking about all the old programming that we need to get rid of and replace it with new programming, and you know how that's a constant thing we do. And Joyce Buttermore, let me tell a little story. So Joyce Buttermore was a professor at Gulf Coast College. My favorite. I love language arts, y'all. My passion for language arts is just unsurpassed. When I was in high school, all my favorite teachers were my language arts teachers. Imagine that. I just loved it. And I took every language arts class I could take. No different when I got to college. Well, when I went to college, I don't know how old I was. I can't remember, but I'll have to look back and do the history on that. But I was married to Scott, my starter husband, and we just never had anything. I just felt like I was constantly fighting and struggling to live, and I wanted to do better with my life. And Sheldon was just born when I started, I believe. I think he was just born when I started. And it took me 7 years to go to college, y'all. 7 years. A lot of people said to me, well, gosh, think how old you're going to be when you get out, you know? And I go, well, I'll be the same age whether I go to college or not. So I went to school and I graduated almost a perfect GPA. And it took me a long time. It was very, very hard with so many struggles along the way to get my degree. But this is what I want to come around to today, and then we'll do our affirmation about replacing the old programming. I was at Gulf Coast College, and my teacher, Joyce Buttermore, who I adored, best attitude, wonderful teacher. She had this Midwestern accent. And I went in the bathroom one day. And while I was in the bathroom, she was in the bathroom too, and we're in the ladies' bathroom. And she said, Karen. And she knew that I was a mom of 3 and was struggling, didn't have a lot of money, virtually no money. And I was trying to change my life into a better life. And she also knew, because of reading something I'd written, that I believed in positive thinking. I believed in becoming who you were meant to be and not stuck where you were. And she said, I want you to read this book, What Do You Say When You Talk to Yourself, by Shed Hemstetler. And she said, it changed my life. I had skin cancer, and they gave me virtually no chance to live. And they said I had like a 7% chance. And I said, I'll take it. And she went through brutal chemo. That was many, many years ago. And she survived, and she was amazing. And that book, I have worn that book out. I have a little paperback she gave me, but I also went and found a hardback somewhere. And, so for whatever reason, yesterday it was on my heart, and I got it out, and that was where the affirmation came from. Yesterday, it's also where the affirmation is going to come from today, from hearing a podcast from Mel Robbins, and I just made me think of what we actually can do with ourselves if we get rid of old programming, and if we just look at our lives as one big call to adventure. I'm getting to my point. I promise I am. As I get to my desk this morning, I go, you know what? You've talked about Joyce Buttermore before. You've alluded to her, and she's going to be in the book when you finally finish writing it. She was just instrumental in changing your life. She was one of those people you meet along the way. I said, you need to let her know. I don't know that you've ever let her know. You've talked about her to other people. You need to let her know. So I said, well, you know, I'm going to find her this morning and let her know. I'm going to let Joyce Buttermore know. I said, I hope she's still living, because I knew she had melanoma that she survived from, and I was hoping that she made it through, and she's doing good now. So I go to Facebook, and I see a Facebook page, but I don't see any post on it. There's just one picture of her and her husband, and, you know, nothing else there. And I thought, well, I'll just look her up. So I looked up her name to see where she was. And there it was, Joyce K. Buttermore. obituary, April 22nd, y'all. April 22nd, yesterday, the day that I had her so heavy on my mind, 2020. She died in 2020, 4 years ago. I imagine it was probably during COVID. So I can't tell her how impactful she was to me. I can't let her know that an encounter in the bathroom meant so much to me and has changed my life and has kept me being the positive human that I am. I can't tell her that I've read that book probably, I don't know, 10 times maybe. I've spoken about it on here many times. I have thought about her a lot, but I never told her. I never told her what she did for me. So I guess what I'm going to have to do, I am going to call and check in with her family and let them know what an impact she had on my life. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this stuff tomorrow and the next day because we're almost out of time. But, you know, I was also listening to Mel Robbins today, and she was talking about how so many things in our lives, if we look at them differently, is one big call to adventure, that sometimes it changes our perspective and changes the way we look at them. I know this for positive sure. It's been my own experience in my own life that if we don't change our old programming, because much of our old programming is the things that was told to us as a kid or things that we used when we were younger to help us survive, but no longer helps us today. And if we don't replace that with new stuff, we'll keep on getting stuck in our old selves and the old us that maybe served us at one time, but serves us no more. So my affirmation today is replacing my old programming. Because as you know, you're never going to change. You're never going to be that different, amazing human you need to be, because we all grow. We don't stay the same. We grow and we become more amazing as we go. We have to replace old programming with new programming. Thankfully for me, I knew that at a very young age by reading Zig Ziglar, by reading Norman Vincent Peale, by reading the Bible, As a Man Thinketh, So Is He by James. Oh my gosh, totally forgot his last name. James somebody. And all those books I read, Booker T. Washington, Up From Slavery, my whole life, I have dug into this stuff since I was 10 years of age, y'all. But it still doesn't mean that I don't have to keep doing it. I have to constantly replace old thought patterns or patterns that might creep up with new patterns, okay? So Joyce Buttermore, this is for you, and I will be reaching out to your family. I know you can hear me where you are. Wow. We don't have as much time on this planet as we think we do. So let's make it count. Here we go. Replacing my old programming. Unless I replace my old programming, I will slip right back into the familiar. It does not matter that the familiar does not serve me. It's familiar. I am changing my self-talk around old habits. I know that I have years of old conditioning to break through. I am a new creation. I speak as I want to become. I am a person of breakthrough. I reject all my old programming that has me stuck. I speak words of life and enthusiasm. I am a person of breakthroughs, and so it is. Y'all, if somebody has done something in your life, if they have made you a better human than you are, if they had brought out something in you that needed to be brought out, let them know it. Let them know it while they're alive. And if you can't, let their family know it. People tell me all the time what Hugh did for them, and it just brings me so much joy, and it keeps him alive. Sorry I didn't tell Joyce Buttermore while she was alive what she did for me and how she's made my life better. But I'm certainly going to let her family know. Be sweet, y'all. Bye.